In this video, we will solve the second complete comprehensive example with pro rata allotment. Let's go on to the second example sum. Example sum. Jeevan Dhara Limited invited applications for issuing 1,20,000 equity shares of Rs 10 each at a premium of Rs 2 per share. The amount was payable as follows. On application Rs 2 per share, on allotment Rs 5 per share including the premium, and on first and final call the balance. Applications for 1,50,000 shares were received. Shares were allotted to all the applicants on a pro rata basis. Excess money received on application was adjusted towards the sum due on allotment. All the calls were made. Manu had applied for 3,000 shares, failed to pay the amount due on allotment and first and final call. And Madhur, who was allotted 2,400 shares, failed to pay the first and the final call. The shares of both Manu and Madhur were forfeited. The forfeited shares were reissued at Rs 9 per share as fully paid up. So we are asked to pass the journal entries in the books of the firm. So let's begin with the first working note, which is the 9-column table. Working note 1. We'll write the breakup on the right corner. Application Rs 2. Allotment Rs 5 including the premium of Rs 2. So it's 3 plus 2. And on the final call, the balancing figure. The total issue price is Rs 10 plus 2. So the final call should be Rs 5. We'll continue with the 9-column table. Category, number of shares applied, number of shares allotted, application, money received, application transferred to share capital, the refund column, allotment, money due, excess application, transferred to allotment, and the final column, bank to allotment. There is only one category. Against 1,50,000 shares applied for, the number of shares allotted is 1,20,000 shares. The application money received is number of shares applied 1,50,000 multiplied by Rs 2 per share comes up to 3 lakh rupees. Application transfer to share capital, 1,20,000 shares allotted multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 2,40,000 rupees. There will be no refund. Allotment money due, 1,20,000 shares allotted multiplied by 5 rupees per share payable on allotment including the premium. So it comes up to 6 lakh rupees. Excess application transfer to allotment is the difference between the application money received and the application money which is transferred to the share capital. 3 lakh rupees minus 2,40,000 rupees, which is 60,000 rupees. And the bank to allotment figure is 6 lakh rupees minus the application money which is transferred to allotment, which is 60,000 rupees, comes up to 5,40,000 rupees. Let's go on to the second working note. It says Manu, who had applied for 3,000 shares, failed to pay the amount which is due on allotment and the first and final call. So, Manu, 3,000 shares applied. First, let's calculation of number of shares allotted to Manu. Let's take the number of shares applied column and the number of shares allotted column. For 1,50,000 shares applied for, the number of shares allotted is 1,20,000 shares. Hence, Manu, who has applied for 3,000 shares, would be allotted 3,000 multiplied by 1,20,000 divided by 1,50,000. Comes up to 2,400 shares. So the number of shares which has been allotted to Manu is 2,400 shares. Amount of allotment money not paid by Manu. We'll take the number of shares allotted column and the bank to allotment figure. For number of shares allotted of 1,20,000 shares, a person has to pay the final amount of 5,40,000 rupees after adjusting the excess application money. So Manu, who's been allotted 2,400 shares, has not paid on allotment. 2,400 minus 540k divided by 120k. Comes up to 1,200 multiplied by 9, which is 10,800 rupees. Amount of final call money not paid by Manu is 2,400 shares multiplied by the amount which is payable on the final call, which is rupees 5 per share, comes up to 12,000 rupees. And amount received from Manu we'll take the allotted shares column and the application money received column. So as per the table, for 1,20,000 shares allotted, we received rupees 3 lakh. Therefore, for 2,400 shares allotted, we would have received 2,400 multiplied by 300k divided by 120k. Comes up to 6,000 rupees. So the second working note is done. The details of shares held by Manu, the number of shares allotted to Manu is 2400 shares. The allotment money not paid by Manu is rupees 10,800. The first call money which is not paid by Manu is 12,000 rupees, and the amount which is received from Manu is rupees 6,000. So the second working note is over. Let's move on to the third working note. Details with respect to Madhur, who has been allotted 2400 shares. Working note 3. Details with respect to Madhur's 2400 shares. It says Madhur did not pay the first and the final call. So amount of final call not paid by Madhur, it's 2400 multiplied by rupees 5 per share, comes up to 12,000 rupees, and the amount received from Madhur this should be excluding the premium, so it's 2400 multiplied by Madhur has paid the application money of rupees 2 and the allotment money of rupees 3, which is towards share capital, which is rupees 5 again, so it comes up to rupees 12,000. So this third working note is also done. We have calculated the amount of final call not paid by Madhur as 12,000 rupees and the amount which is received from Madhur as 12,000 rupees. So next we'll go ahead to pass the journal entries as part of the solution. Solution. Journal entries in the books of Jeevan Dhara Limited. We have the date / serial number, particulars, LF, debit rupees and credit rupees. The first journal entry is for the receipt of the application money. Bank account debit to equity share application account. Narration: application money received on 1,50,000 shares at rupees 2 per share. Amount is the amount of the fourth column, 3 lakh rupees. The second entry is for utilizing the equity share application money. Equity share application account debit. 2. Equity share capital account, and 2. Equity share allotment account. Narration. Application. Money utilized. Against equity share application account, the amount of the first journal entry 3 lakh rupees. Against equity share capital account, the amount of the fifth column 2,40,000 rupees. And the amount of application money which is transferred to allotment is the amount of the eighth column 60,000 rupees. The third entry is to make the allotment money including the premium due. Equity share allotment account debit. 2. Equity share capital account. 2. Securities premium reserve account. Allotment money including the premium due. The amount due, the total amount due is the amount of the seventh column 6 lakh rupees, and the amount towards equity share capital is number of shares allotted, which is 1,20,000 multiplied by the amount of allotment money towards the share capital 3 rupees per share, 3,60,000 rupees, and the amount of security premium reserve is 1,20,000 multiplied by 2 rupees per share payable on premium. The fourth entry is to receive the allotment money, bank account debit. 2. Equity share allotment account for allotment money received. The amount of allotment money received is the amount of the ninth column 5,40,000 rupees minus the amount of allotment money which is not paid by Manu. As per the working note, it's 10,800 rupees. So the actual amount received is 5,29,200 rupees. We'll move on to the fifth journal entry. It's to make the final call money due, equity share final call account debit. 2. Equity share capital account. For the final call money due on 1,20,000 shares at rupees 5 per share. It's 1,20,000 shares multiplied by 5 rupees per share comes up to 6 lakh rupees. The sixth entry is to receive the final call money, bank account debit to equity share final call account. Final call money received. The amount for this journal entry is the amount which is due, which is 6 lakh rupees, minus the amount which is not paid by Manu, which we calculated as 12,000 rupees, the final call money not paid by Manu, and also the final call money which is not paid by Madhur. Again we calculated that to be 12,000 rupees. So it's 6 lakh rupees minus 12,000 rupees minus 12,000 rupees, which is 5 lakh 76,000 rupees. The seventh entry, we forfeit the shares of Madhur as well as Manu. Equity share capital account debit. We have not received the securities premium from Manu, so we need to debit securities premium reserve. Account debit to share forfeiture account to equity share allotment account and to equity share final call account. 2,400 shares of Manu plus 2,400 shares of Madhur forfeited. Against equity share capital, the total number of shares forfeited, which is 4,800 shares multiplied by the amount which is called up at the time of the forfeiture, which comes up to rupees 10 per share, 48,000 rupees. Securities premium reserve is the amount of premium which is not received. The amount of premium not received is on Manu's 2,400 shares multiplied by rupees 2 per share payable on premium, which is 4,800 rupees. The amount which is received, in the case of Manu, the amount received is, we've calculated it's at 6,000 rupees, plus in the case of Madhur, the amount which he received is, as we've calculated, 12,000 rupees. So total amount 18,000 rupees. To equity share allotment account is the amount which has not been paid on allotment. Manu has not paid on allotment, and the amount of allotment money not paid by Manu is, as per the working note, 10,800 rupees. And the final call money which is not paid by Manu is also 12,000, plus in the case of Madhur also the amount of final call money not received from Madhur is 12,000. So total 24,000 rupees. We need to check if the total of the debit is equal to the total of the credit. The total of the debit is 52,800 rupees and the total of the credit is also 52,000 800 rupees. So we forfeited the shares, we reissue the shares, bank account debit. As per the question, all the shares which have been forfeited are reissued at 9 per share fully paid up. So against 10 fully paid up, it's reissued at rupees 9 per share, so it's reissue at discount. So bank account will be 4,800 shares multiplied by rupees 9 per share. It comes up to 43,200 rupees. Share forfeiture account, 4,800 shares multiplied by the discount of rupees 1 per share, 4,800 rupees, to equity share capital account, fully paid up, 4,800 shares multiplied by rupees 10 per share, 48,000 rupees. 4,800 shares reissued at rupees 9 per share, fully paid up. The final entry is to transfer the gain on reissue of the forfeited shares to capital reserve, share forfeiture account debit, to capital reserve account, gain on reissue transferred to capital reserve. Let's do the working note for the gain on the reissue of forfeited shares. Working notes: the amount received from the defaulting shareholders on shares reissued minus the discount on reissue. So this is, in other words, the amount received from Manu and Madhur minus the discount on reissue. As per the reissue entry, the discount on reissue is the amount which is debited to the share forfeiture account, which is 4,800 rupees. Minus rupees 4,800, and this is equal to get the amount which is received from Manu and Madhur, we will go to the forfeiture entry. The amount which is credited to share forfeiture account in the forfeiture entry is rupees 18,000. So that's the amount which has been received from both of them. So it's 18,000 rupees minus 4,800 rupees. And the answer is 13,200 rupees. So let's write the amount for the journal entry: 13,200 rupees. So the journal entries are done. I will remove the split. We can view the answer. So the sum is on top. followed by the working notes. The first working note is a 9-column table. The second working note is details regarding Manu's shares. The third working note is details with respect to Madhur's shares. Followed by the solution, the journal entries, the first screen, the second screen, the third screen, and the final screen.